I'm Gabriella Bruni. I'm a reporter and the weekend morning anchor at WRGB in Albany, New York.
Got it, number one.
Andre, no middle name Jones.
We lost our number. We lost our number two.
Shot of the family member crying from across the street just didn't. My name is Bill Mashore. I work at KCNC in Denver, Colorado, and down here this week judging the National News Photography Competition.
You got diversity in the room.
For me, it's hard to have a third if you don't have a second. Oh, it's a wonderfully diverse group, diverse in every sense of the word, not just ethnically, but different genders and experience levels as well, and that only brings good things to the process that we're attempting here.
They realized that it had been too long, and that any hope they had that he would survive was gone.
Spot News, we had the biggest discussion about over the airing of a dead body. And I feel that it was warranted based on intent and storytelling, finality to the piece of one particular story. Well, I don't think that's sensational because the storytelling is to the point.
That shot did more harm than good.
What's the sound on it?
More harm than good. What if his whole family lived in that city?
Censoring, for the sake of how you believe.
But we have a decision to make whether or not to air this.
I've been the assignment of NPPA awards.
What's that?
It's a Simon, American Idol. Simon. That's me.
Healthy debate. I love it.
The discussions we've had are great in the sense that it's made me appreciate the ethics and the standards that I learned in journalism school. And to see other judges and other photographers that are out there in America with these same standards is really a good affirmation for me to see this week.
That's why I don't feel it's gratuitous.
The debate was, why would you show that? Why wouldn't you cover the body?
That shot added closure to that story that could only be told that way.
You got to make those decisions, but you definitely make a statement with what you reward. There's no question about that. You make a statement about this is what we think the national standard is for this category right now. Whether you mean to or not, you do.
The same company that grooms Green Bay's famed Lambeau Field.
Sending a message about what the NPPA is all about. It's all about ethics. It's all about
responsibility and caring about the people that we do the stories about.
We've seen argumentative staging, two-shot sequence where a girl comes through a gym door.
Unless he said, you know what, the next time you come back for lunch, make sure you got the bag on the same side in your hand.
Training center in Colorado
It looks like she wears it on the same side anyway.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight. But the size of the fight.
This is not a movie. This is news. If you want to make a movie, you go to Hollywood. I mean, it's that simple.
Scott had the music off the top, right?
Yeah.
And it had that shot where they were walking through the reflection, right?
At the end.
But it's a setup shot. It was a stage shot, right?
Thank you very much, Corky. Bye-bye. Okay, this is the deal. I talked to Corky. I asked him if he propped up the images or did the artist display the images. He said the artist displayed the images. He did not touch any of the Etch-a-Sketches. He manipulated the camera to get the image in the Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, we got to take him for his word.
Yep,
You got to take him for his word.
That's what he said.
Yeah, you got to take him for his word.
so.
But we make note that it's not even an issue anymore.
There's no reason for me not to.
right.
That's not even an issue anymore. Now we.
I think for this group of judges that instead of just looking at stories that have solid technique and are visually appealing, we're looking for something a little more. Stories that matter, stories that affect change, stories that are not constantly feature-oriented or produced as a feature.
Eye candy, no story. And what are we talking about all week? Content is important.
A photojournalist is a photographer and a journalist, right? All rolled up into one.
And for survival.
You still have the touch? No, that's why I got into journalism.
He's got the heat.
He said he lost his touch. Did he lose his touch?
Me, I lost my touch years ago. The H2O, baby.
And he goes, and there's a whole nother area of the challenge of them performing.
I didn't get that, man.
Oh, did you notice that? The numbers on the motorcycles, too.
Not on the bike, they went to.
The system. It's the system. The winter system.
And here's the story, we talk about,
I'm
development.
glad to see that they're really looking at content as well as photography.
Illustratively, we didn't have a problem with
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I still don't see
That
any.
shot or any element you need to get that can be controversial.
Yeah.
Fine line. I mean, we can go on and on about
All right,
So
well,
what's
let's...
our goal of this discussion of
You're gonna cut them both out?
out of here?
Andre wants to vote again.
Being honorable mention, please raise your hand.
Go put that on the DVD, okay?
When you watch so much videotape, you tend to see trends in the types of stories that we cover as photojournalists.
That was the barbershop story.
Hold on.
But they're not the ones that win. The ones that win are stories that are different, where reporters and photographers try to think outside the basics and push the limits and try different things. They did what news organizations should, consistently, with more balance throughout their whole tape than what I saw here.
Even though I did not like the writing for that first spot news, I thought nevertheless it was still a good story. But you don't have to write to what you see.
I like these guys right here. That spot news, man, you just can't beat that. Landslide, baby. It's a landslide. We're on for the webcast. It's gonna happen. We're gonna have a webcast of all the winners at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
That I could really see that wasn't.
That doesn't bother me.
But you can't fault him for that.
On New Year's Day, maybe, when nothing's happening.
But at the same time, we gotta be real.
The time for debate is over. The time now is to cut and edit, cut and edit, cut and edit. We have deadlines.
Hi, I'm Bob Gould, Vice President of the National Press Photographers Association, along with Kevin Straley, Chair of the Best of Photojournalism Television Contest for the NPPA. We're here down at the Poynter Institute, where we've just completed a week of judging all the best photography and editing categories for the national contest. I'm here along with Michael Harity, who's the editing chairman, and all the judges are behind me. They spent hours and hours looking at videotape, and I've come up with their winners. So without further ado, Kevin, if you go ahead and start, and we'll go ahead.
Spot News, honorable mention, Rick Sir, KXL.